before we start the video, make sure you subscribe and hit the bell. Select all notifications so you don't miss any uploads. Alright you guys, I'm going to start off with my LA Girl Pro HD Concealer in the shade Fawn. And I'm going to use this as my eyeshadow primer today. You can use any primer you have available. I'm just going to blend this out and make it nice and even. This is just going to help cancel out discoloration on my eyes from not sleeping. And I'm going to be using this OPV palette. It's such a gorgeous palette. Definitely something you need for fall, and it seems like summer is over, so that's why we're doing this look. So this is a summer going into fall look. So the first shade I'm using is called Mawu, and I'm gonna apply that into my transition area. Then I go in with this red tone shade, which I'm applying into my crease. It's called Oya. I'm gonna apply this into my crease and blend it up into my transition color, but I do want to concentrate the color into my crease as well. I'm gonna go back in with my blending brush and blend those two shades together to make sure it's nice and smooth. Now going in with Yiwa, which is a chocolate brown shade. I'm using a kind of crease brush. This is more of a pointed brush. I'm going to apply this right into my crease and deepen up my crease and then go back in with my blending brush. Now I'm going to do what I'm going to call a soft cut crease. Instead of doing a super sharp cut crease with the concealer, I'm just patting on the concealer and not really doing too much of a defined line. But if you want to go for that look, you can definitely do that. For the lid color, I'm using MAC pigment in the shade blue brown, or yeah, I think it's blue brown, and it's a beautiful shade. It looks brown and then it looks blue. That's why it's called blue brown. So I'm gonna pat this onto the lid using a shader brush. As you guys could see, it's creating somewhat of a cut crease, but it's not like super sharp. Now going in with Emu, which is a very dark taupe type of color. It's a very dark brown color. It's more on the cool side. I'm going to apply that into my crease and deepen it up. Then going in with Daffodil from this Ace Beauty palette, I'm going to apply that into the inner tear duct part of the lid to brighten it up. And then for liner, I'm using this Rimmel London Scandalous eyeliner pencil just to create a line. This is going to help hide and conceal my lash strip. So I'm going to apply a bit of my Sam Marcel mascara to my lashes. You can use whatever mascara you have available. If you guys have issues finding a good mascara, there's a really cheap one from Wet n Wild. I believe it's called Max Volume, which I really like. You can try that one out. Alright, so the lashes I'm using is called from a company called Trendy Makeovers, I believe it is. And I stacked two of their lashes because they were just a bit too thin for the look that I was going for. So I stacked two to create a new lash. For under the eye, I'm going to go ahead, add a bit of concealer and blend that out as well and bring it up right underneath my lower lashes. And I'm just going to set that with a bit of powder so it stays in place. Now we're going to go back in with the Yamoja palette with Oya and Yua. We're going to blend those two together and use the same crease brush right underneath our lower lashes and smoke this out. I'm going to go in with Mawu, which is the orangey shade. I'm going to blend this out right along the edges of the first two colors that I applied. And I'm going to use this teal gel liner pencil from LA Girl and apply this directly underneath my lower lashes. You want to work fast with it because it does dry very quickly. So once I apply it, I go in with a very small detailer brush and smudge out the edges so it doesn't look too sharp. Once you have that done, you can use any blue eyeliner pencil you have. This one is also from LA Girl. I'll put the name of it down below in the description box. I'm sorry guys, I totally forgot the name of it. But if I'm not mistaken, I think it's called Cobalt or Royal Blue, one of those. Alright, but I'll put the name in the description box so you guys could see. I'm going to go in and apply a bit of mascara to my lower lashes, and I'm using the same Sam Marcel mascara. And I'm going to apply just a bit of the pigment on the inner part of my lower lashes to kind of make that blue teal pop. And this is the final look of the eyes. I hope you guys enjoy it. Alright, so now on to the face. I'm going to start off with moisturizer, and I'm using this Clean and Clear moisturizer to moisturize my skin. I actually really do like it, and it does really help prevent breakouts, especially if you put it on before putting foundation on, okay? I'm going to use a bit of my primer oil from Smashbox, which kind of was a mistake because of the foundation that I chose to use, but you guys will see what will happen. So I decided to go ahead and use a old foundation. that I had got from LA Girl a while ago. And this one is in the shade Warm Caramel, which is actually my winter shade, but for whatever reason, something possessed me to use it. But maybe I'll just blend in a darker one, and this one is the bronze shade, and I just apply this all over. I wish I had just used the bronze shade on its own. I think that would have worked out a lot better, because once I started blending this out, it just looked super light, you guys. It just looked just like I was putting highlighter all over my face as far as concealer, highlighter. Um, so yeah, that's just not it. So, I blended as much as I could and just blended it out completely, and added more of the darker shade foundation and shade bronze to deepen it just a bit more. Like, I was really over here trying to blend this out, you guys, but it was just making me look lighter and lighter and lighter, like a hot mess. And then my forehead, like, no, not at all. So I went in with the darker shade, like I said, and just tried to tone it down a bit more, and also went in with contouring eventually, just to kind of balance it out. But definitely not my favorite foundation that I've done in this hot weather. I don't even know why I use it. I think I use it because I've used the Maybelline Superstay in so many videos. I was like, you know what, let me just switch it up. Maybe that's what I was thinking. But yeah, this switch up didn't work out right because I look like a tub of butter. All right, so now I'm gonna go in with the foundation stick from Makeup Forever. This is one of their deeper shades. I'll put the shade number down below in the description box, and I'm just gonna use this to contour my face. And hopefully this helps balance out some of this super light foundation so it doesn't look so off. Alright, so I'm basically doing a cream contour, and then I'm going to end up going over this with a darker powder foundation. So I'm using a synthetic angle brush to just kind of pat blend this out. And I really do like the effect that it gives. I just wish that I wasn't so buttery looking, you know what I mean? Like, I look like a freshly buttered piece of chicken that you took out the oven and you just put a piece of butter on it and just melt it all over it. Oh, that sounds so good right now. But yeah, okay. So yeah, that's what I mean. Butter. That's how I look. Freshly buttered and super shy. This is not dewy. This is oily, It's not cute. So once I have that all blended out, I'm going to go in and do my highlight, and I'm using my LA Girl as usual. And I'm just going to create a feathered out kind of design. And you can just do it however you like, whatever works best for your face shape or whatever you're comfortable with. You don't have to do it exactly how I do it, okay? I'm also going to highlight the bridge part of my nose and pretty much all the areas where I want it to be a bit brighter. I'm going to go in with a duo brush, and this is a smaller one, and just pat and blend this product out and not do a sweeping motion, because sweeping motion can move the product around and cause streaking. So I'm just using a patting motion to blend it out. Once I have everything nice and blended out, I'm going to go in with my Airspun powder. It's literally here to save the day with this super oily and greasy looking foundation. So what I'm going to do as usual, just set under the eyes with a lot of powder, because remember, I have a layer of super oily foundation under this and then concealer on top, and then I'm just going to end up setting my entire face. Like, we're just going all out here because I'm not here for this oiliness. Okay, not here for it, not at all. So I set around, pretty much only the highlighted area first, like with a lot of powder, and then I work my way up to the rest of my face. I know it looks very, casket ready right now. That's what they call it. That's what they call it. But don't worry, we'll be all right, okay? Because I'm pretty sure this can happen to someone else too. Now I'm going to go in with my LA Girl Pro HD powder, and this one is in the shade Chestnut, I believe it is, or Cocoa. I think it's Cocoa. Yes, it's Cocoa. I'm just going to do a powder contour over the areas where I applied my cream contour, and this is just going to help set those areas in place and take away any excess oils. And I'm just going to pat on just a tiny bit more powder and then blend it off. because we don't need it. So, you know, so far we've become pretty semi-matte right now. There's like a little bit of shine, but semi-matte. I'm also going to use my L'Oreal Pro Matte Powder, and I believe this one is in the shade Cafe, I think. The name came off of it, but I could be mistaken. It's one of the darkest shades they have. The darkest one they have is Cocoa, and I think this one is maybe 2 shades above that. So I'm just going to use that and lightly dust over my face just to kind of help get rid of more of the oils and just balance out this color. I'm also going to reapply a bit of mascara because powder went on my lashes, and my lashes were looking dusty, and dusty lashes are not cute. It just looks like you were in a room alone for years and forgotten, and that's just not how we want to look. I'm also going to go in with a bit of blush from LA Girl as well. And then for highlight, I'm using this Makeup Addiction highlight in the shade Orgasmic, one of my favorite powder highlights from them. It's this one and the Bronzified shade are absolutely gorgeous. And if you've noticed, I've been using less highlight, meaning, you know, I've not been making it that intense like I usually, you know, go for it. So I've been doing more of a subtle highlight, but yet I'm highlighting everywhere. Okay, I'm also going to do my bridge part of my nose and the tip of my nose as well. I'm going to go back in with my sponge, make sure that the highlight on my nose is straight, because you don't want it all over the place or else it will kind of make things, you know, not look right or make things look off. Alright, so I went over with my sponge over the highlighted parts. This is just to kind of help buff it out so it doesn't have that glittery, you know, overly shimmer look. So this kind of dulls it just a bit. It mutes the color, but you still have the highlighted look. For lips, I'm using a Smashbox liquid lipstick. This one is in the shade called Out Loud, and it's like the perfect orange for fall, you guys. It's not like, it comes up a little bit bright here, but it's not like super, super bright. It's like the same orange that the leaves turn in the fall season. It's really, really pretty. So that's why I wanted to do a summer going into fall look, because it was still colorful, but yet somewhat toned down. So this is the final look. I hope you guys like how this came together, even though we had like a disaster with the foundation, but I hope you guys like the end result of the look. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up, comment down below, let me know what you think, and yeah, I'll see you guys all in another video very soon. Love you guys. Bye.